When he gets on, he's going to leave your ass for a white girl. Kanye West spoke about a disrespectful phenomenon that's been happening to black women in the black community and put a catchy beat on it, and people looked over it and jammed out to it and thought it was the best thing ever. Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones, and I want to address this phenomenon that's been happening within the black community for years, specifically with black women and black men. And this is my take on this phenomenon. So if you have your views, you're welcome to address it on your own social media platform. There is this phenomenon where I think black men who are very toxic and have some severe racial trauma that they are not addressing within themselves are pushing that agenda out onto black women, where they're saying that, you're not beautiful enough, you're not good enough to wife up. So what we will do is we will use you for your time, your essence, your labor, your sex, and all of the resources that you come with. And when we're done with you, or when we feel like we've leveled up in our own way, we're going to discard you and go after someone who is within the white race. And I've seen this happen with both gay and straight black men within the black community, whereas they will use a black woman or a black man to climb and to benefit themselves, and then discard when they feel like they are, when they feel like they're where they want to be in life within their own finances, or just within their own ego, whether, they feel like their ego is to this point where it's like, I don't want to necessarily be a part of a community that I don't really like or respect. And a lot of that trauma, I feel, comes from their relationships with their mothers, their sisters, and maybe even their grandmothers. But one of the other things that I've noticed in working with black men over the years, and I've worked with a lot of black men over the years in my counseling practice and in the prison system, what I've noticed is that black men are groomed within their family structures to date outside of their race. And a lot of them are taught from their fathers and grandfathers that, hey, when you get to be of a certain age, you want to go outside of your race. You don't want to have struggle love or be with a black woman. And so they are conditioned. And mothers and sisters and aunts and other people stand idly by and watch this conditioning that occurs typically from males in their family, right? And they'll even go so far as to even support the men in the family who engage in this mindset. Whereas black women, black girls are taught very early on to engage in struggle love. So, and sort of engaging in struggle love looks something like, you build a black man up when he's down, and you always have to back your man up, and you have to go through the struggle, and you need to stay in something that is unhealthy and dysfunctional despite how it affects you. And so black women and girls are conditioned to believe that by their mothers mostly, and then that's also reinforced by men and other women within the family and all of the community. And they're taught to, be a man's backbone without expecting anything in return. So you do all of the labor, you do all of the work, you give all of the love, and it doesn't matter if you're disrespected, abused, and not loved back in the process. And so that's kind of the mixed messaging that we grew up with in our own community, as well as standards of beauty. A lot of black women that I've worked with over the years have toxic mothers who do not like them very much, and so they never experience love. But that very same mother, with that very same mother that they have, will love their son to no limits, right? There's nothing that their brother or their son or any man for that matter could do wrong, no matter how poorly they treat them. And that is perpetuating this phenomenon that, you know, black men, especially black men who are toxic and haven't done the work, can use and abuse black women and discard them to get where they want to be. And I think that phenomenon, it actually expands beyond using and abusing black women. It also expands to just cherry picking and using and abusing the black community in general to get where you need to be. And so an example, I'll give a few examples of this. So for example, black male comedians, a lot of them, the backbone of their comedic stand-up is for them to sort of spend their whole stand-up talking about and mocking black women. There's a famous black movie director. All he does is dresses up like a black woman and shows movies and things like that where black women are getting abused. But when interviewed about black women and dating, he essentially said that black women should take the crumbs that they're given and be satisfied with that. So that they can accept lesser from a partner. So he also perpetuated that stigma and that stereotype. And on and on and on it goes, where, you know, people are rewarding those that continue to disrespect and degrade black women. And what tends to happen is this. And we've seen it over and over again with professional athletes, movie stars, or people that, you know, encounter some unfortunate situations with black men in the community. What will happen is they will go on, like Mr. West said, and you know, when they get where they need to be, they will drop the black women that they were with for years, that boosted them up and a lot of times helped them get to where they needed to be in their career. And then what will happen is that they will get into some trouble. So they can get into some legal troubles, they can get into some financial troubles and things like that. And what do you know what happens when that person, that white girl that they wanted, that they coveted so much, leaves them because, hey, I didn't sign up. They didn't sign up for that. They didn't sign up for that part of the lifestyle. They sign up for the fun, they sign up for the money, and they sign up for the status. But when all of that goes, that black man then comes back to black women in the community and looks to be boosted up right again. And we've seen that as recently as this year, last year, and so on and so forth. Not only that, but you have black men, entertainers and so on and so forth, that, you know, that say, oh, black movies don't do this, they don't make any money, or, you know, this and that. But you also have musicians and other people that say that they don't really want to partake in the black community, but they want the fruits of what the black community provides for them. So they will come and perform in black communities, make money off of the black community, but they don't really have anything to do with the black community after that. So for example, there's been several male black actors that predominantly only date white women that have said after a certain number, after they've made enough money off of working in black films, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to work in black movies anymore. I don't want to be associated with that. And I only want to be associated with, you know, Tom Cruise roles or something like that. And then what happens? They get into trouble and they come right on back. You know, and next thing you know, they're kind of cozying up in a black film or whatever after they've kind of gone on like this tangent and disrespected the very same community that has made them a millionaire or has supported them from the start. So I think that is a lesson that we must heed to, is that don't let anyone benefit off of your labor who's not really into you. Learn to be discerning and learn to command love and respect regardless of what you've been taught. And that is my message to black women, and that we need to stop supporting people that do not love us, that do not want us, and stop putting all of the benefits in their pocket without them actually investing back into you.